I've seen a football chance to quarter-final. The second one, Portlaoise won convincingly the first game, and the ball is broken to Brian Nugent. Nugent plays it outside, over the far side it comes to Tom Kelly. Kelly plays it inside. Inside it goes to Owen Finlay. Finlay with the shot. Can he get the first time ball away? He does indeed. That's a great score from Owen Finlay outside the field there. And Owen Finlay has been consistent during the year. He's nailed his place down full forward, and he's a lad who'll get a score, and that's just after proving it again.
Absolutely great score, great start from Dempsey. Is exactly what they needed.
Conor Brown goes low and hard with it. It breaks out, breaking kindly though to Kevin Swain. Swain moves forward. Outside it comes now. It ends up with Kieran McAvoy. McAvoy plays it out all the way out over the far side to Kieran McAvoy. McAvoy back in the middle to Paul Cahalane. Cahalane looks to see where he's going to go. That's a high pass aside. Ricky Marr, can he get under it? He can't get to it there quickly. Is their full back Johnny Kelly, and Kelly moves out with it as O'Dempsey is now coming to attack, but that's going to be Chris Finn moves in there, gets it control of that ball, intercepted, and he stops playing, moves it back. Now it's back with Paul Cahalane again. Cahalane looking to see where this support might come. Kieran McAvoy has it on the middle of the field. Now Kevin Swain comes to the run from deep, plays outside. Damon Larkin has it, steps over, goes around Tom Kelly, plays it back to Cahalane again. Cahalane back out to Chris Finn. Finn looking to see where he can go. Can he have a shot at it? He scored one of these from a similar position the last day they were out, but changed his mind this time. It's probably a call from Paul. Told him to come back with it. Paul is plays out now. Ricky Marr has it. Ricky goes for a shot. Has a kick at it there. That's gone over. Is that going? That's a super score for Ricky Marr. Well, wow, what a score from that. It looked like the umpires had the time to look at each other. That went over the bar. That's cancelled out. It's a point each. Dempsey's and Portlaoise just 2 minutes gone here as the ball comes out quickly. Barry Kelly takes it on. Moves it forward. Inside it goes. Finlay on it again. Breaks out of his hand though. Good work inside there by it looked like it is Aidan McGovern. And McGovern plays the ball out to Mikey Downey. Downey now finds Conor Boyle. Boyle kicks the ball forward. Inside it goes to Benny Carroll. Benny looking to see, goes to ground though. Being tackled harder by Owen Fitzpatrick. He gets away from Benny, continues to go. Conor Boyle up there, he slips as well there. They didn't learn from the first match because it was very slippery the first game as well. Players ended up on the ground. It's Mikey Downey plays it back into the middle to Kevin Swain. Swain now, that familiar run of his, if he can get a gap, he go through it. Cahalane stays his ship, looks for a trading pass inside to Kieran to Colin McAvoy, goes to ground, or back it comes to Conor Boyle. Boyle points one way and goes the other, back inside to Cahalane. Cahalane gives it back to Boyle again, and Boyle makes that gap space, plays it outside. Kieran Macca has it. Macca back to Boyle. Boyle outside to Chris Finn. Finn thought about it maybe, back to Boiler. Boiler's going to switch it out here, and Benny Carroll now picks it up, and Carroll has Cahalane just to his left and finds him. Back it goes to Benny. Keep ball by Portlaoise. They're looking for the option. Benny now tries to make a probe and run and give it a gap. He does. He sidesteps one or two players. Sidestep Kelly. Got a touch on it. Hand in the air by the referee. Benny sets back in. Benny gets the shot away with the left. We've gone to the right and wide, but it was a free in. Benny Carroll was fouled the referee. The hand in the air. No advantage to crowing. And it's going to be free into Portlaoise about 25 metres out from the line. Again, Dempsey's filtering back, Paddy, and just waiting. Are they inviting it a bit too much on?
They're inviting a little bit too much on. They're sitting nearly too far back, Pat. They're not pressing out as much as you'd like, and Portlaoise are just picking out passes, with a little bit much space that they have by Dempsey's just dropping so far back,
Can Ricky Marr add to his tally? He's about 25 metres out. He scored a lovely point there a while ago from play. Can he add to it he looks at it, he's looking at an angle. No, but the umpire says it's gone to the right and wide. He was looking at it, Tana might curl in, it didn't. It's still a point each. Portlaoise a point, or Dempsey's a point. Just 4 minutes gone as Podge Bannon goes out short over the far side to Stephen Lennon back into the middle. Ball now is with Fionn Holland. Switches back over. Johnny Kelly has it now. Kelly decides to make a run. He does cross over 45. Kevin Swain is going to him. They know each other from county, that's for sure. In those games, as Kelly says, going, Johnny Kelly, good work from him. Ball played outside over the far side. It comes to Tom Kelly. Kelly back into the middle. It comes back to Brian Nugent, has it, being tracked by Kieran McAvoy. Macca puts in a tackle on him, forces Nugent to go back. Nugent does, and they do go back, and now the ball is end up again with Nicholas Doggett, and Doggett plays the ball outside here as Dempsey's move forward. Good work from them, from Cormac O'Hora. O'Hora goes in. There was a high ball. Kevin Swain was waiting for him. Kevin Swain made that rather a bit too obvious, Paddy, I think, that he wanted to shoulder him.
I don't think you're going to get away with that one, Pat.
Yeah, he kind of jumped and turned and did a whole lot in one go, but it didn't meet the approval of Desi Cooney, and it's a free in.
Word.
a little quiet work. Cormac O'Hara there is on the ground though, still receiving a little bit of attention. As O'Dempsey's have a free. Kevin Swain comes up and gives him a tap on the back there and offers his apologies for that, but Cormac O'Hara is still receiving attention. It's a point each. Just going into the 6th minute of this game, second quarter final of the Laois Shopping Centre Senior Football Championship quarter finals here in Laois Moore Park. As Barry Kelly stands over the ball, Cormac O'Hara is up and back and fit and ready to go again. As Barry now looks to see where he goes, plays the ball inside. It comes to Mark Barry. Barry now trying to be tackled with Ben Dempsey hanging around him, comes back in though. Barry plays it back in the middle. Barry Kelly now gets it, working. Quick tap ball inside there though, but that's going to go foul in, says Desiree Coney. Someone was pulling, now he points the ball in. It's a free into Dempsey's. Someone was holding, and it's a free into Dempsey's. As Desiree Coney is a quiet word with one of the players, so it's put down. Barry Holland is leaving the ball down, and Mark Barry is going to step up and take this one just outside the top of the D here. Can he push his team just ahead again? It's currently a point each with just heading into our 7th minute gone. As Mark Barry builds up and gets himself ready, steps to the left by 2 and shoots with the left boot and puts it straight over the blue spot, as it is here in Moore Park. As Conor Brown puts the ball down 20 metre line, try to get a quick kick away again. Not working for him. Options are limited now. Has to see where they're going. He goes out long and high underneath. Here is Howland, but it breaks again to Colin McAvoy. McAvoy back to Conor Boyle. Boyle steps forward again. Good pace from Conor, looking to see where the options are. There's no one coming. Instead he plays back to Colin McAvoy. McAvoy back in the middle to Chris Finn. Finn now finds Ben Dempsey, who's moved up along the field. He plays it out right to Swain. Kevin Swain thought about putting the ball into Ricky Maher, but changed his mind. Instead it comes back to the middle to Chris Finn. Finn now steps forward, continues his run. Colin McAvoy takes it off him on the loop. Again, Dempsey just maybe push out a little bit further this time, just trying to apply pressure as Kevin Swain moves around to it. Now Paul Cahalan has it, the talisman, the orchestrator. He'll pull the strings out here certainly and decide where it's going to go as Colin McAvoy moves the ball inside to Damon Larkin. Larkin gets away from Kelly. Larkin steps out on his right. Larkin gets a shot away, and Damon Larkin with a super score from him there. Lovely score from him. Seemed effortless enough, Paddy, but he had to do a lot for it, but he took it well.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we said beforehand. You know, Damon loves to run onto balls like that, Pat. You know, and it just shows you exactly there, running off the shoulder, and it's a great score. Podjaban
goes out to that to be taken though by Jack Lennon. He was on his knees. He hasn't got away with it. Kevin Swain, he's still working hard. Jack Lennon getting no free there. He's getting a free in for over carrying there. Not sure how that came about, to be honest with you, but he was moving in there, Jack Lennon. He had to work really hard. 2 Portlaoise men on him. He's conceded a free. I thought the ball had hit the ground and moved away from him, and he was fighting with it. He hadn't possession of it for sure, but referees indicated it's a free in for over carrying. That Ricky Maher is out to take this one again, the top of the D with his right boot this time.
It seems he's very quick to blow the whistle that time, all right, Pat, yeah?
Yeah, and 2 points all. Portlaoise should love to slip their nose ahead for the first time probably in this match if they could. Ricky Maher is going to try. Barry Kelly standing in front of him with the hand up as Ricky's facing into a breeze for sure. Ricky kicks that one, and the umpire goes for the white flag, and more partly the umpire waves that white flag, and it's Portlaoise hit the front. 3 points for Portlaoise, 2 points for Dempsey's. Just heading into the 9th minute gone. Podjaban with the ball down, looking for the kick out again, seeing where the options are. They're limited again as Portlaoise move on, and good work from the Colin McAvoy. He had that ball, done everything right, but it dropped out of his hand. He played it forward. O'Dempsey's trying to move forward again, and they drew. Now Barry Kelly gets on the end of it. He steps forward, being chased by Chris Finn, goes over the 45, inside it goes to Barry Howland. Howland steps to his right. Howland with the kick. Can Howland get that score? And wow, what a score that was for Barry Howland. It was worth the fare alone to bring him home, Paddy, that one.
Yeah, for that one anyway. Yeah, great score. Great play by Barry Kelly, just running at the Portlaoise defence, led it off to Barry Howland, and it was a great score.
Conor Brown's gone with the kick out though. That's the way where he just about got Chris Finn got it. It was Mikey Dowling just got it inside the 20 metre line, and now what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's cut for over carry again. Mikey Dowling feels that he may not have done that, but he has, says Desiree Coney, the referee, and it's going to be a free in. Their own Finley standing over just outside the 14 metre line over towards the terrace side. Strong breeze at his back here, and can he level the game up with his? Sorry, it is level at the moment. as Owen Finley steps up with the right boot, kicks that ball, but that's going well out to the right and gone well out to the right and wide. 3 points for Dempsey's, 3 points Portlaoise, just over 10 minutes gone. Out comes Conor Brown with it, outside to Conor Ragged played it back, now it's end up with Ben Dempsey. Dempsey crosses zone 65 metre line, has Kevin Swain coming on the loop from him. Swain gets it off him. Swain tries to go around Barry Howland, but Howland knocked the ball over with Kevin Swain and to jump back quickly and get control when he does step forward. Looking, Damon Larkin's aside, he pops the ball off them. Larkin now looking to see where the options are. If the gap opens, he go for it. Instead, he plays inside to Macca. Macca back to Damon Larkin. Larkin sweeps it quick outside, but they weren't waiting for Colin McAvoy. Certainly wasn't waiting for the wire now, but they get it as Paul Callahan eases up pressure and plays it back to Ben Dempsey. Dempsey over to his left towards the stand side to Conor Boyle. Boyle the head up now, looking to see where the options are. They're limited enough. Ricky Maher's come all the way out, trying to get away from Johnny Kelly. He can't, he does, he gets away from him, gets the ball off. Johnny Kelly and Ricky Maher, they're in each other's pockets. They come on over, the ball is broken nicely inside for David Sealer goes to ground there. 2-3 Dempsey men hanging over him. He gets the ball away though. Dempsey's mopped that one up and try and move out, and they do through Owen Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick plays the ball across. That was dangerous. Cormac O'Hora had to be away for that one as Ricky Maher was coming on to that one, but Dempsey's survived that danger. In fact, it was Jack Lennon, of course. He plays it across. That's another ball that Barry Kelly's got on the end of the head of Benny Carroll. Plays it back inside to Tom Kelly. Kelly sidesteps Benny, who was coming on to him. Plays it over the far side again. Dempsey's working hard, trying to get through this Portlaoise push out, and I'm trying to apply the pressure. Dempsey's coming again. Try again. The ball's gone between Johnny Kelly and now Jack Lennon. Jack Lennon gets it. Kevin Swain waiting for him. Lennon decides to go right along. Plays the ball off inside. It comes to Nicholas Doggett. Doggett back to Barry Howland. Howland inside and back. Howland takes on the 1-2. Howland finds the gap, goes with it. Can he do what he did just a minute ago? He has a shot, but he just didn't have the accuracy. He's gone out to the left and wide there. But again, a good attempt from him there. But he's lively. He can find the space, Paddy, and he's danger.
Absolutely. It just seems to be that Dempsey's are getting the shots off easier than Portlaoise are.
The ball comes down the middle. Damon Larkin was tender for, but he didn't get his hands on it. Instead, O'Brien Nugent does, and he plays it forward to Barry Kelly. Kelly steps up over the far side, across the 20 metre line, side, plays to play side. Owen Finley's on the end of it, but Chris Finn had to get there and got there, and good work from Chris Finn to get a touch on it. He had to get it now. He plays out to Mikey Dowland. The danger now averted has come back to Chris Finn. They're right in on that's danger, and it's popped off. Again, it's just worked out for him. Aidan McGovern has had it. Now he clears the line and gets out to Damon Larkin. There was danger there all around that. But as Larkin now sets off, first time ball, first inside there. Benny goes out and gets his hands to it. Down he goes, gets to the head of Owen Fitzpatrick, comes back into the middle, says go on Benny Carroll, going to continue to run back inside to Macca. Kieran McAvoy finds himself in front of the goal. Macca had the shot, and Macca has put that to the right and wide. Macca found himself in unfamiliar territory. He goes midfield, and it wouldn't be his position for sure. No. And he didn't get a score.
A wasted opportunity, even to get a pint out of it would have been something. Pat would have put them back in front, but to come away with the wide, it's and here we go. Dempsey's now on the attack.
Dempsey's with Brian Nugent. He puts that first time ball again inside there to Owen Finley. Finley gets out to it, looking for support to come, and it's not coming yet though. He decides to turn and have a shot himself. He has a shot. Has he scored? He has indeed. A great score from Owen Finley. Again, super score from him there. That's working well for him. Dempsey's 4 go ahead again. 4 points. Portlaoise 3 points. Just 4 coming up on 14 minutes gone in the first half. Really short again from Conor Brown. Very, very short now. Kevin Swain ends up at the side of 45. The referee was outside, well out the field there, so he wasn't able to see any infringement there, and it was close for Portlaoise that time as Colin McAvoy goes up the far side underneath the terrace, plays it back into the middle. Kevin Swain on it again. Swain steps over the halfway line again, trying to begin the run through Paul Callahan. Callahan being tackled by 2-3. Barry Kelly is one of them. Nugent is the other. Fouled him though, one of them did. And Nicholas Doggett, I think, a judge to have fouled him as Paul Callahan plays it quickly and goes out right with it to Conor Boyle. Boyle now looking, head up. Who can he find? Dempsey comes into play. They play switch play over. Back over comes to Kevin Swain. Gets on the 45 minute line. Goes for a shot himself. That's a super score from Kevin Swain. Absolutely super. And he absolutely congratulates himself on that, and well he might, Paddy.
He liked that one, yeah, he did. Great score, great move by Portlaoise, patient play. Kevin ran clear the far side and straight between the sticks.
Yeah, as Pajbana now goes again, looking for the kick out again, trying to find the option where it is. It comes out here to Jack Lennon. Lennon underneath and gets it cleanly there ahead of Damon Larkin. He plays it on to Johnny Kelly. Kelly steps back inside. Good work from Johnny Kelly. He got a goal, of course, the last day he was here as a fullback. Plays it outside. Now Barry Howland's on it. Steps back into the middle. Howland goes with the left boot. Howland takes it on the run. A super score again from Dahi Howland. Sorry, good score from him. Super score from Dahi. Absolutely nailed that one. For sure on the run. Conor Brown now looking again, the ball down, seeing where the options are, points over to the terrace, but I don't think he's going to go there with it, or will he? He's forced to go somewhere. He goes out high over towards Kieran McAvoy. McAvoy goes, the ball broke when Macca claims that one and claims the mark on the kick out. Looking to see where the play supporters are coming from. It comes here in the form of Conor Raggett. Raggett steps up to the middle onto Conor Boyle. Boyle has Mikey Dowling outside him to the left if he needs him. He decides to continue himself. First time ball inside to Ricky. Ricky can't get his hands in. Ball bounces away. Still plays. Working hard. Jack Lennon. Now Benny Carroll goes and wins the dirty ball and gets it back inside to Conor Boyle. Boyle still playing on with it. Back to Colin McAvoy. Under instructions of Paul Callahan, tells him where to put it as he goes back out to Swain. Now he's back with Conor Boyle again. Still on the 45-metre line. Dempsey's trying to come out and maybe apply a bit of pressure, but slow in doing so as Paul Callahan has time to switch play over the far side too. Kieran McAvoy lays it off to Benny Carroll, who took on the run there. Benny with a shot or a pass. I'm not sure. It was a pass, I think, by the way. Directed, could end up with Damon Larkin. Larkin worked really hard to get that, and he got it ahead of the two of Dempsey and played it back outside to Macca. Good work from Damon Larkin. Great work from Portlaoise at the moment. This Kevin Swain tries to get on with Boyle. Boyle dummied the return pass. Instead holds on to possession on the 45-metre line. Back it comes to Swain. Swain switches the play over the far side, and now it's back with Benny Carroll again. Benny being faced by Barry Kelly, goes left and right and slips by him. Ball pops outside there. Good work from Portlaoise to come in on the line there. Good line from Nick. Great score already. Paul Callahan was, you can hear him up here cheering that one, and that's a good score from Portlaoise. I think it was is it Conor Raggett? I'm going to see in a minute, but we'll see a good score from Portlaoise, 5 points each as Polish Banner goes out there, but Conor Boyle is underneath that one. He grabs that one, but he dropped it as Nicholas Doggett was in on it and got it. Now it's with Finlay and plays Brian Nugent puts it aside to Barry Howland. Howland trying to go left and right, trying to get away from David Seed. Plays it back to He was able to get a hand in, neither was Doggett. Now it's with Barry Howland again, but he's pulled it out of his hand. Free out, says the referee on that. Free out for Portlaoise, and they take it quickly and goes back to Conor Brown. Brown switches out. Owen Finlay coming on to him, trying to make it hard for him, but Chris Finn clears the lines and plays it up over the far side, and it ends up with Conor Raggett. Raggett up the terrace side, plays it forward through Colin McAvoy. McAvoy plays it back to Conor Brown, who's remained out the field. He's on his own 65-metre line. Back it comes to Ben Dempsey. Dempsey over to Conor Boyle. Boyle certainly has been instrumental, as we said. Kieran Lillis' absence, someone needed to step up, and it certainly was. So far has been Conor Boyle using his experience and fairness him to come back from a serious injury. It's great work from him. The ball's coming inside to Benny Carroll. Benny tried to get a space to get a shot away. Don't solos get 2-3 players, but the ball drops to the ground there. Maybe overplayed it. It's fallen instead though to Tom Kelly. He's the one that's credited, but now it falls to Paul Callahan. Callahan trying to get a pass inside to Benny, but it was blocked by Barry Kelly. And Dempsey survived that one and trying to break out quickly. As they move inside, Barry Kelly pops the ball out to his left to Brian Nugent. Nugent has to play it back to Jack Lennon. Lennon has to go back again further, and now it's in the hands of Johnny Kelly, and Kelly switches play over the far side to Cormac O'Hora, and now it's Tom Kelly, Kelly steps forward. Dempsey's pressing, trying to get another score on the board. It's 5 points each at the moment. It's deadlocked in this first half. He thought about a shot there, but it comes back. Now Johnny Kelly has it. Plays offside now. Mark Barry is high, trying to shake off Ben Dempsey. He steps as Kevin Swain comes to him. Plays the ball off to Owen Finlay. Finlay 1-2 with Brian Nugent. Nugent turns to his right. Nugent with the kick, but it has the distance, but does not have the accuracy. The umpire puts a hand in the air and signals that it's a 45. It's going to be 45 in for Dempsey's. But it's a seesaw battle, Paddy. But it's not electric yet. It's waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet. It's just defensive from both teams, and just opposition trying to eke out a score here or there.
Both teams afraid to make any mistakes, you know, so that they're being very conservative. They're tight at the back in both teams, but you just imagine, you just think, and you're just looking at it, you think of Dempsey's are just getting them scores off easier, Pat, than Portlaoise are.
Yeah. Finley's gone short with to Jack Lennon. Jack both side. Oh no, one has it. He plays outside. Lennon gets it. Can he pop it off to Nicholas Doggett? He can't. Doggett though, but it's intercepted by Chris Finn and Portlaoise. When normally a 45, you would have thought they might have put that one over. They haven't. And Portlaoise now attacked through Mikey Dowling, being tacked there by Nicholas Doggett. And free out, says Dessie Cooney, as Colin McVie moves it quickly over to Chris Finn. Finn goes up, heading up that favourite side of his, up the far to terrace side, drops the ball, but is able to get control of it again as Tom Kelly descends on him. Now they're working through young Conor Raggett. Raggett does well there, back to Chris Finn. Paul Callahan coming for Finn, decides to continue himself with it. Back it comes to Paul Callahan. Callahan switches play over this side of the field, and Ben Dempsey now has it and picks it up and moves forward, crosses his own 65 metre line, stays going over the Dempsey 65, back into the middle goes. Now Swain has it, got a fantastic point there not too long ago, the outside the boot, plays along. Damon Larkin created the dummy for. Now Ricky Marr has it. Ricky down the corner, back to Kevin Swain. Swain again, the head up, looking to see where the options are, and he finds back to goes all the way to Ben Dempsey, and Dempsey starts it again as he switches play over to Paul Callahan. Callahan moving in again, looking to see where the options are. There's tight marking inside in that full forward line. It's hard to get a ball in there, and Needle put one is like putting thread through needle in there. Most occasions everywhere is blocked up, and just teams attacking have to be patient. As Ben Dempsey now, he decides to step forward, well capable, and Ben Dempsey is certainly a bright prospect. Moves to the side, lovely ball inside to Benny Carroll. Benny gets away from Kelly, he starts to go in, goes to the ground though. Referee says a free, taken to the ground. Was outside the square. Dessie Cooney says, I'm sure Benny Carroll will be happy enough for that, because I think he was heading to the ground anyway, Paddy. I think he was lucky maybe to get that one in the end.
He was lucky enough to get it in the end, yeah, but it was good patient build-up play from Portlaoise, you know, and just a quick hand pass over the head, and he found himself in, you know, Benny did. So Portlaoise will certainly take this now and go take the lead for the first time, I think, is it?
Yeah, 22 and into 23rd minute gone. It's 5 points each here. Portlaoise 5 points, so Dempsey's 5 points. Ricky Marr has 14-yard free in there just a moment to go. Benny Carroll got fouled on his way into goal. He was surrounded by three of Dempsey's men, but one of them fouled him. Ricky Marr now is going to step up. And can he punish Dempsey's for that indiscretion? Yeah, it's close enough. You would expect that he would, but we'll have to wait and see as he steps in. And he kicks that one over the bar. Ricky adds to the score to his own tally, and puts his club a point up. Portlaoise 6 points now, Dempsey's 5. The drizzle has been coming down here for most of this match, and given greasy, sticky conditions out there, slippery on both ball and surface for players, as Podgman goes out with it, was aiming for, but Conor Boyle again there was with it and played it forward to Ricky Marr. Ricky has to work hard for it as Fionn Holland comes in to tackle him. Ricky did well to hold on to, plays it back to Conor Boyle. Boyle steadies the ship, looking back into the middle, lovely ball inside to Chris Finn. A couple of the older guys linking up, plays inside to Callahan, inside to Finn. There's good work from Portlaoise, so they can't get, the way is blocked. Tried to work the way out. Callahan switch the play, that could go short though. He does, and now he's ends up with Barry Kelly, but again Conor Boyle goes in there, and Boyle made it shoulder to Dessie Cooney. But a shoulder at an angle, but Boyle won't mind that as Colin McVie steps up the far side. Portlaoise still with the ball, still probing as Chris Finn plays it back to Paul Callahan. Callahan again head up, looking to see, as I said, it's tightly marked inside there. There's no point in putting the ball in there yet. Now Conor Boyle decides to do it inside to Benny Carroll. Benny, can he claim it? Kevin Swain goes to the ground for Kevin. He got the ball away there. Damon Larkin's now on the end of it. Larkin gets the ball away and way off his boot, but more importantly over the bar away. A good work from him, but again good work from Portlaoise, persistence and capitalised on a few mistakes, but made him pay.
Yeah, absolutely. And Conor Boyle there winning possession from the kick out as well, you know, using his experience as well, and he's really stepped up. He's probably the mainstay there so far. Himself, Kevin Swain, Damon Larkin, you know, they're being all fairly instrumental now for Portlaoise to go 2 points ahead.
Yeah, Portlaoise player on the ground there receiving attention, but just to recap, 7 points Portlaoise, 5 points, so Dempsey's not picking out our players, but I haven't mentioned Mark Barry's name a lot yet, Paddy.
No.
Is that Ben Dempsey doing a good job as we predicted?
He just hasn't seemed to be coming on the ball like much. He hasn't really felt much of the possession, Pat, really, so far today. You know, you're talking merely Barry Howland, Dottie Howland, being so more Owen Finlay, being more influential. You know, like Mark Barry would be their main marksman, the main talisman. So, you know, I'm 100% sure Mark will get into it anyway. But Ben Dempsey seems to be literally following him everywhere.
Yeah. So players are back up, Portlaoise players back up on the ground. Thinking about Simon and Pajmana go short with a kick out. But Dempsey's started again. 25 minutes gone. We're in the 26th minute. It's 7 points for Portlaoise, 5 points for Dempsey's. Portlaoise playing into the breeze as well. So Dempsey's have the breeze with them, and it's a strong looking breeze here right underneath the stands here, blowing from the town end down to the Aberleagues end. Has Kelly Cormac O'Hara up the far side. Plays it back inside. Dempsey's trying to find their way now. Barry Kelly has it, switches play over this side, and Jack Lennon gets on to the end of it. Now can he step forward? Players calling for it. Barry Howland called for it. So too is Tom Kelly, but he gives it to Dahi Howland. Howland goes to ground there, gets back up there. Good tackling by Chris Finn, hard tackling. Plays the ball back out to Nicholas Doggett. Doggett switches outside. Again, now Mark Barry's on it. We just mentioned a minute ago. Now Mark Barry steps on his left, gets the shot away. Is that colour curling enough there? It is not. It's just gone to the left and wide. And Mark Barry, we saw a glimpse of it there, Paddy. He just needs more of that.
Absolutely, yeah. And you'll be sure Mark finds himself in more of them positions, Pat, and he will bang him over the bar.
Conor Brown comes out here underneath the stand to Chris Finn. Finn plays it back to Ben Dempsey. Dangerous enough play back there, but they're going to try and work it out through Mikey Dowling. Dowling back to Chris Finn again. They haven't crossed their own 14-metre line, Portlaoise yet. Now they have through Mikey Dowling, looking for support, see where they go. Ben Dempsey is patient stuff, but it can be dangerous stuff as well. Now Conor Wilde picks it up, tries to claim a free, but they've stripped it. Dempsey's to Jack Lennon. Now Barry Kelly has it. They're going to try and capitalise. Barry Kelly goes to ground, tries to play it out. Free, and says Desi Cooney. I think he hasn't decided. He's signalling what's happening. Now he's pointed away in to the right. It does take Desi a little bit of time to point it, but anyway,
I think Conor Boyle could be in a bit of bother here, Pat, with his knee again.
Yeah, he was coming out with that ball. He grabbed a hold of it and felt the only way to do it was try and go forward and hold possession, see could he garner free of it. He didn't, and he's gone to ground, and that's a bad signal coming in. Now, that's just not what we wanted to see. No one wanted to see Portlaoise, or no one for certain. Certainly not Conor Boyle, certainly not us. Conor Boyle, what a servant for Portlaoise, coming in there, has been so much asked him, and he's stepped up there so far. And this is just hopefully it's just a little niggle, and maybe it's precautionary more than anything else. Hopefully for him.
It's one thing you certainly don't want to see anyway, you know, after coming back from such a long-term injury as well. You know, it just seemed that he twisted the knee or got caught locked in the ground as he went down to the ground there, Pat.
Yeah, so you can imagine when you're playing on something like that as well, you'll be nervous enough of it, you know what I mean, and anything like that would just knock you about, but he's still receiving attention down there. I saw someone warming up. There is someone warming up. We'll get that in a minute. The slip of paper, I think, has gone in already. So the opinion is that Conor Boyle is going to make his way off, but he may not. He may need assistance come off the field as well, Paddy. But we'll see as Portlaoise our substitution is getting ready, and that to me looks like Ben Redden, and I think it is Ben Redden with the hair.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is here, I suppose, but you know, Paddy, Desi Cooney hasn't. But anyway, that was an awful thing to say. But Ben Redden, distinctive hair. Let's just put it that way. We'll be able to spot him, thankfully. But more worryingly, Conor Boyle, it looks like a stretcher may be required to assist Conor Boyle off the field, and there may be a delay here for a little while as the clock ticks down. So. So, medical team out there. It's certainly the leg of Conor Boyle, that's for sure. As Ben Redden is warming up still on the sideline here. And could be a little bit of a time delay here for a moment. Owen Kearns has gone on the field there. He's going to have a team talk. It's like one of those old water breaks, Paddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there much you can say as a manager in this term,
Well, it's probably the ideal time to get them in now. Portlaoise, after stretching the 2 pints, and they were sort of little getting bit on top. Pat, they had broken down that. O'Dempsey's had a free in, but you could see Portlaoise were using the ball more, and it's certainly an opportunity for Owen now to get in and sort a few things out and try and get Dempsey's going, because as you said, there'll probably be a good few minutes extra time leading into this half. But it's a game that's both teams aren't giving away much. They're not letting either team get on top of things, so it's a tight affair.
It is indeed. Yeah, that 30 minutes have gone up, but we've had this lengthy delay, and the stretcher has arrived out there now for unfortunately for Conor Boyle. His game is over, this one, and as he said, he had to fill a big gap there with so he's going to help onto the stretcher there now. So again, I see his father down there on the sideline, concerned for them, but be more disappointment than anything else, and be gut-wrenching something like that, Paddy, to happen after coming back. What a year he put in after a bad injury, to put in that work to get back to be playing in the Portlaoise team, and he rightly deserves a massive round of applause, and certainly from everyone here in Clubber, our best wishes to Conor Boyle. What a man, what a servant, what a player for Laois should be down the year, but more importantly for Portlaoise, just to be gut-wrenching for him. And as he shakes his head coming off, this is just
absolutely, and it's a bit of reorganisation now for Portlaoise to see what players go and who changes to which positions.
Yeah, so Conor Boyle makes his way off. Disappointing, to say the least. So play is going to begin again for Portlaoise. It was a free in, that time. Sorry, so Mark Barry is going to step up with a free now to O'Dempsey's to try and breach that gap there. 7 points for Portlaoise, 5 points for O'Dempsey's. We'll shortly see there's 31.5 minutes gone on the clock, but I'm sure there'll be a good few minutes added on for as Mark Barry steps up with the left boot. And does he drill that one over? No, he doesn't. It's gone to the right and wide. And so there'll be 6 minutes of additional time. That's to take over there from the lengthy delay to Conor Boyle, as O'Dempsey's put that one wide, but Conor Brown comes out with it, but it's broken again to O'Dempsey's, and it's there to Stephen Lennon, plays it outside. Now it's with Tom Kelly. Kelly steps back in the middle, trying to get a space as Old Finlay is onto now, coming out now, he's making space for that left boot. A right boot goes with it, and Old Finlay makes no mistake with it there. And he just, once he makes that mistake from he's lethal, Paddy.
Lethal, yeah. You're not going to get a better shooter in them positions. That's 3 points from play now, and he's stepping up to the mark.
Yeah, so it's a point in it, 7 points to 6. We have about 5 or 6 minutes to play now as Tom Kelly claims the Portlaoise kick out, claim the mark, and Desiconi signalled that he overcarried there. Strange assistant, to say the least, because he actually slipped when he got the ball. It wasn't that he was moving.
Yeah, he was very quick. Very quick
he
to.
Said he didn't put his hand up or whatever. Look, anyway, that's one of those ones we'll debate all day.
Yeah.
I'm sure Owen Cairns certainly won't be happy with it, but it's a free for Portlaoise to Macca takes it and plays back inside. It comes to Mikey Dowling. Dowling toe tapping it there in his own 45. Out it comes to Chris Finn underneath. O'Dempsey's waiting there, will now descend on him and try and put pressure on him. The two Howlands doing it as Mikey Dowling puts it back aside. Quick ball away from Aidan McGovern. Nice pass it was outside of found Chris Finn. Now Macca steps forward. Chris Finn on his shoulder if he needs him. Go on, he goes. Macca continues to go, crosses them for the O'Dempsey's 45. Inside it comes, came off the hands of David Sealer. He wasn't able to hold it, and O'Dempsey break out and come across, dangerous play for him. Johnny Kelly, now Cormac Horan, now Johnny Kelly again. Bob pops out of his hands there. Barry Kelly now gets the kick away. It's his helter-skelter gone all over the place, and the referee has stopped play. I think it was an accidental belt in the face. I think it's Ricky Maher could be down there. Barry Kelly just kicked that ball across, but Ricky Maher fell full force of that into his face, and referee has stopped play for a head injury, I presume. Ricky's looking up and he seems okay.
It's probably a lost opportunity there for Portlaoise again. David Seal going through.
Yeah, of course, the first aid person is probably inside with Conor Boyle at the moment, so that's why there's just the waterway coming out to Ricky there, and the Desiconi has stopped playing. Ricky Maher is back up onto his feet. Desiconi is going to throw this one up, I would presume. So Kieran McAvoy looks to be there waiting for it with Nicholas Doggett. Up it goes between the two. Macca steps in and moves it. He fouled him, says the referee, said he hit him in the back. As Tom Kelly plays it on again. Scrappy stuff, but again, but Cormac O'Hara moves it on. Now on to the end of it is Stephen Lennon. Lennon goes, being tracked by Ben Redden. Ben Redden just come in there a moment ago for Conor Biles' goal. Now it goes over the far side. Finley's onto it. Back into the middle it comes to Dahi Howland. Howland switches play over the side, and now Barry Kelly's onto it. Kelly steps over the Portage 45. Back into the middle it goes. He try and get his boot away. Barry continues to go. Slides and falls to the ground. Gets the ball away though. Can Tom Kelly get a shot away? He can, but it's not accurate. It's out to the right and wide, and still a point in it to Portlaoise. 7 points. O'Dempsey's 6, and O'Dempsey's playing with a stiff breeze, Paddy.
Yeah, exactly. Tom Kelly probably took the wrong option there. Owen Finlay was outside him, and he probably should have passed it off because Owen was in that position.
Yeah, Conor Brown goes out with a great catch in the middle by Kieran McAvoy. Macca plays it across the field to Ben Redden. Redden now stepping forward there. On to goes to Paul Cahalane. Cahalane looking for the loop round. The loop comes to Colin McAvoy. McAvoy lives off to Kevin Swain. Swain back to Paul Cahalane. Cahalane patient, looking up, see where the options are. No option, and decide to recycle it back out again. And it does that through Benny Carroll. Carroll steps forward, passes 2-3 players, continues his run. Great work from Penny. He can do that. In fairness to him, that's what he does. But too many O'Dempsey's went there, and Barry Kelly's one of them. They descend on Barry Kelly, ends up at the ground. Now it's with Tom Kelly. Again, a high tackle there from Kevin Swain. Cormac O'Hara tries to step through again. Desi Cooney letting on. Now this is one coming. Nicholas Doggett ends up with the ball, but Desi Cooney had already blown for free back there. Barry Kelly's on the ground there. A few other players on. Won't mind getting back in the dressing room for a little bit of break because there's been real slippery conditions out there. A dirty drizzle here the whole evening of this match as Cormac O'Hara picks it up and steps over the 45 of Portlaoise. Back out they come. O'Dempsey's with it, trying to look for a switch or play or something to get another score back on and try and go in level at half time. Cormac O'Hara played the ball across here. It goes off the hands of Nicholas Doggett, but he has time to go in and retrieve it. He plays inside to Tom Kelly. Kelly nearly gave it off to Johnny, who was coming to pace, but instead it's ended up with Mark Barry, and Mark Barry hopped it, and the ball popped over his hands, and Ben Dempsey picked it up, and Portlaoise on the attack again through Benny Carroll. Carroll looks up there. There's no troops up there. They're waiting now for the troops to come. They're coming in pace as Colin McAvoy plays the ball forward. Ricky Maher's on it, first out it. Ricky claims that ball well in front of Owen Fitzpatrick. Goes out tight over there to a standstill, stepping back in to the middle. Good play by Ricky, looking to see where the support comes. He does, and back to Paul Cahalane goes. Cahalane steps up, lovely ball inside. Who's up there? Only Ben Dempsey. He's left his marker Barry. He does a solo and run, steps out and is left with the shot away. Is that a score or what? That's a super score from a young man, Ben Dempsey. Yeah. Absolutely excellent, Paddy.
Superb score. And Ben, like he seen it at the inter-county level at under 20 this year, like he has an engine on him and he's well able to score as well.
So the half-time whistle's blown here by Desi Cooney, and Portlaoise have gone 2 points ahead here. Maybe that's against the Farmbrooks, Paddy, but O'Dempsey's Owen Curran's will have a big chat with him. But Portlaoise have been, Kieran Lillis lost Conor Boyle, a recurrence maybe of the injury, hopefully not, with just a little tweak on him, big blow to them. But they've stood up and they have come here. Kevin Fitzpatrick, of course, back on the line tonight, was missing. But Portlaoise full value for their lead, Paddy.
Yeah.
The winner will advance to the semi-finals here. 2 more games tomorrow here from Laois Shire Moore Park in the Senior Championship on clubber.ie, and also Clubber are streaming both intermediate semi-finals, both at 12 o'clock tomorrow. As the ball goes up from Desi Cooney, Damien Lark got a touch on it, but again goes Nicholas Doggett, he plays it forward as Barry Kelly tries to get on the end of it. He does, tips it up. Good work from Barry, plays the ball inside there. Inside it comes to Barry Howland. Howland step back into the middle, tried to get a shot away. Plays inside to Owen Finn or to Brian Nugent. Nugent back outside to Barry Kelly. Barry Kelly's a shot at, and a great score from Barry Kelly. And good work from him, Barry Kelly. He's always been a great player, in fairness to him, over the years, and excellent score from him. That's what O'Dempsey badly needed.
Yeah, you seen that in the first half. He was the one that was driving through Portlaoise, and he started off in the similar second half now, just doing this exact same thing, Pat.
Conor Brown's gone out to the middle of the field and well taken there by Damon Larkin as he steps forward, being tracked there hard by Fionn Holland, but he stays going, plays the ball offside to Colin McAvoy. McAvoy switches play over the far side to Kevin Swain. Swain drops over his hands, slippery ball. He does get control of in the second half, and then came Mack on the run, had to go behind him to get it. He goes to ground there. 3 O'Dempsey's men surround him. The ball breaks out though. Good work from Mack to keep control of this. Swain plays the ball along the ground, and on the end of it is Paul Cahalane. Cahalane turns around, first time ball inside to Conor Raggett. Raggett has to step back out, plays the ball back to Cahalane, went short there for him, and O'Dempsey's got a touch on it, and now Cormac O'Hora has it, and O'Dempsey start through Barry Kelly again, just got the first score the second half. A good score from him as Owen Fennelly picks it up. Now it's inside to Howland. He plays first time ball side. Mark Barry has it now, 2 players on him, going hard there is Jack Lennon, but great interception again. Super interception there. I think that was Ben Dempsey that got a touch on it. What an important that was, as Portlaoise now attacking in their point ahead. Inside it goes to Paul Cahalane. Cahalane lays it off to Conor Raggett. Raggett back to Cahalane. Cahalane switches the play. Outside it goes to Ricky, to Benny Carrister. Benny gets on the second bounce there. He goes to ground there. Tackle hard by Owen Fitzpatrick. The ball comes off him. The linesman is, or the water boy is trying to influence the decision. Thinks it's a ball for Dempsey's, but it is a ball for Dempsey's that the linesman is given, and now they come out with it. Portlaoise protest, but it doesn't work as Barry Kelly now picks it up on his own 65-metre line. Tries to solo by Kevin Swain. Pops the ball out to Johnny Kelly. Kelly plays the ball over this side underneath the stand. On it is Brian Nugent. Nugent's going to Johnny Kelly. Continued his run. He gets it again ahead of Chris Finn. He continues to go inside on the 20-metre line, tight underneath the stand here. Goes in an angle. Ball back into the middle. On it is Barry, tries to jink and drive. Back it comes to Brian Nugent. Nugent looking, switches back into the middle to Barry Howland. Howland trying to get the space. He goes to ground. The ball falls out of his hands. So Portlaoise are in there like a light again. It's sticky. Ben Dempsey gets the hand on it. So too is Chris Finn. And now it comes and Damon Larkin picks it up. And Portlaoise attack again. Can they maintain possessions? McAvoy inside to the own mark. Ricky Marr. Ricky Marr 1-on-1 bearing down. Nugent's coming. Lovely ball. Cross field ball inside to Benny Carroll. Benny has to turn back outside 20 minutes. Try and make space. It goes left and right. Jinx either way, looking for support now. Support comes through David Seal. Sealer steps in his right. Sealer with the shot. Sealer get the score. He can indeed. Great score from David Seal. Good work from Benny Carroll. Lovely passing by Ricky Marr. Petty.
Great patient play again. The turnover ball back here on the 40. I think it was Ben Dempsey again, Pat. So Portlaoise really been starting to up the level a little bit.
Yeah, Cormac O'Hora outside to Dahi Howland outside to Barry Kelly. Kelly now moves it forward, and Dempsey's trying to attack through Owen Finlay. Finlay met there with 2 or 3 players, Portlaoise men around him. They all tackle as Owen Finlay goes to ground. The ball breaks out, and Swain is in there again. Like good work though from Davis before that, as Kieran McAvoy plays the ball up along the wing here underneath the sand. Can Paul Cahalane get to before it goes to the line? He sure can, and keeps in play. Looks up there as he maintains, controls the ball, looking to see where he plays out safely. Goes back again to Colin McAvoy. McAvoy played to Kieran McAvoy. They played on along McAvoy inside there again. Tries to break 2 or 3 players. He does get there. Good work from them as Paul Cahalane switches play and eases the pressure. Back it goes to David Seal, and Portlaoise step forward again. Barry Kelly waiting from outside him. Goes to Ben Redden. Ben Redden, of course, came in the first half for the injured Conor Boyle. Ben Redden plays the ball back all the way. Goes Kevin Swain has to run back a little bit to scramble it, but he does and gets control of it. He's on his own 65 line. Nice probing ball first to Cahalane. He drops it and plays on to Kevin Swain, who continue to run. Swain inside, we're going for Damon, but Ricky Marr got a touch on it. Ricky Marr makes space and the crowds go out. Dummy solos around. Johnny Kelly's outside him. Johnny Kelly fouled him. He went to the ground, I think. Desi Cooney has yet to signal the free. We're going to all guess and see where it's going. I think it's a free into Portlaoise. It hasn't signalled yet, but it looks like it is because Ricky Marr is standing over it. So anyway, as Ricky remains on the ground there, it's got a little bit of a twist. I think that sliding, when you slide, it does affect your, it pulls bits that wouldn't normally on a dry day.
Because it is very, very, very slippery conditions out there, Pat. As you said, that misty rain has fallen there constantly since the end of the Port Harrington game, So I thought that was a little bit harsh of a free in.
Yeah. Ben Cohn is in for O'Dempsey's. Making way is Brian Nugent. Ben Cohn, of course, has returned from far fields to come back for this. Hasn't been played in the first 2 rounds. He's back. He comes in. Brian Nugent made way from as Ricky Marr remains on the ground, receiving attention. Again, you could see Garrett Dillon for Portlaoise warming up there on the sideline. What a boost to them it would be if he could come back in or get back to playing. He's been a big loss certainly to them, both personally and to as a team. Decent guy, Garrett Dillon, super player, but Ricky Marr still receiving attention and maybe should get back up, and the physio has done his work.
This will be a big kick for Portlaoise, Pat. If
Yeah.
they can get to extend the
Paul
lead to 3
Callahan
points.
standing over. Is there an option of a? No, there's not. It looks like I thought he might look to play it in short and get a return off someone, but he looks to have the confidence to go for this himself. His right leg is heavily strapped, that's for sure. The calf muscle certainly was struggling with that for the last few weeks. I believe that Paul is going to try this with his left boot. He steps a couple of steps aside, strokes out with the left boot. Is that accurate? It is indeed. Great score, just cut inside that right hand up right there. Good score from Paul Callahan, a timely one, and well done to them. They moved out 3 points ahead. Paddy, the ball got short there from
3 points ahead.
Bajbanen, and O'Dempsey's get away with that again, and they move forward through Conor Cahora up the far side. Sorry, that was Owen Fitzpatrick. He plays the ball long, but Dahi Howland, can he get to before it goes over the line? He can indeed, but back there is the Portlaoise man, and that's David Seal doing the great work for him. He steps by, danger not averted there as Portlaoise try and work it out. Bit dark down that corner. The drizzle hasn't helped our view here as they play out now, and now Damon Larkin picks it up. He's certainly stepped up. Damon today has had to step up and deliver, and he has certainly done that, as Colin McAvoy now has it. Portlaoise ahead by 3 points. Ben Dempsey or Mikey Dowling plays it back again to Damon Larkin. Switch to play over the far side. Ben Redden on to the end of it. He gets it. Kieran McAvoy's ahead of him if he needs him. Gets it on the second occasion. Pleased for handling on the ball on the ground, but I don't think he did as Ben Redden. The ball drops out of his hand, played it forward. That was just not what Portlaoise needed. They needed crisper pass than that. It's easy for me to say that up here. I suppose I'm not playing with the bar soap, but they are, as Barry Kelly steps forward and move. Can O'Dempsey's now get a score, and great work again by Johnny Kelly. Came on a burst again. He got a goal here the last time, as I say. Unusual position. Now Mark Barry has it. He steps back inside, goes, gets the space, gets away the ball with his left boot, strokes the ball over the bar there, and he just holds on to his leg after he kicked that one. A little worry for O'Dempsey's, but Mark Barry has put his name on the score sheet again. 10 points Portlaoise, 8 points, 38 minutes, so that's 8 minutes gone in the second half. Plenty of time for Dempsey's, plenty of time for a grandstand finish for sure, as Ben Redden now picks up. Portlaoise went short on the kick out now. Kevin Swain has it, plays it back to Chris Finn, and Finn switches play over this side of the field as David Seal picks it up. He crosses zone 65, crosses the halfway line, continues to go. Dempsey's men waiting back a bit further. Ball inside there to Damon. It ended up with Benny. Benny stepped outside, get great space, get on, pop the ball outside to young Ragged back to Benny Carroll. Benny trying to get space again. He plays it out to maintain position. As Sealer has a Sealer, looks inside there, free inside there. There's great work inside there. Is that Chris Finn? Finn goes, popped it back to Steve Gold. Got on the second attempt. Chris Finn trying to get the shot away. Back it comes to Ricky. Ricky goes with it. Ricky blasted it. It just went to the left and wide for Ricky. Not just alone, but a fifth point was maybe an opportunity there. But again, Portlaoise. They're showing that tempo. They're not giving up anything, Paddy. They're fighting for every single thing.
Yeah. And that probably should have ended up with a score on the scoreboard, Pat. Really, they might come back to haunt them in the end.
Yeah, Pajman goes short. Out it goes to Jack Lennon. Lennon plays it up along in front of him to Tom Kelly. Kelly steps by 2 Portlaoise, and it brings it back into the middle to Barry Kelly. Kelly on, switches play over this side. He ends up with Johnny. Johnny Kelly steps forward over the halfway line. He goes, continues, goes for a shot, goes for a pass, goes for Kevin Swain. I think he's going to come across and intercept that, and that's what he surely does. And back there is Colin McAvoy forward to Ben Redden. Steps out of his own 45 across to Damon. Damon steps back in, avoids 2 or 3 Dempsey players, makes space for himself, goes to ground though. This is where it throws the ball out, gets the ball away. It was thrown, says Desi Coney. It indicates that, and it's a free in to O'Dempsey's as Barry Kelly takes it quickly, moves it outside to on-running Stephen Lennon, who came at a pace there to get that one. Lennon plays the ball back out. It comes to Ben Cohen. Cohen switches outside to Barry Howland. He switches play across to Nicholas Doggett. Doggett outside to Lennon, and Lennon plays it up out the far side again as O'Dempsey's trying to work and manoeuvre a score here. They're back. They're 2 points adrift at the moment. Need to get one back on as Barry Howland steps forward again, puts a lovely ball inside over the head. Now Ben Cohen, can he get to before it goes out the sideline? He can, I think. He does get it as pressure coming out of the Portlaoise man, gone over the line. Says the Portlaoise subs, but more importantly the linesman said it first or maybe second, but good work there from Conor Raggett to force that turnover there as they go back with it. Dangerous ball back to Kevin Swain, and Conor Raggett now picks it up again. Owen Finley comes on and plays back to Conor Brown. Pressure coming on in here as Owen Finley goes in, and Brown side system tries to get out there in dangerous territory as Portlaoise through Ben Cohn. Dempsey's now Mark Barry back into the middle to Dai Howland. Howland side to Owen Finley. Only Finley makes space as it gets the shot away and just got the point, did he? It looked close, that one. It certainly looked close to be given as a point, and it is a point for O'Dempsey's. Certainly that was a close one. 10 points to 9, Portlaoise 10 points to O'Dempsey's 9. 41 minutes gone, that's 11 points gone in the second half, and Garrett Dillon is making his way onto the Portlaoise team. Great to see for Garrett Dillon coming on, has been plagued by injuries. This man will give every single ounce of what he has in his locker to Portlaoise there tonight, and timely as Paul Callahan makes it up. Paul Callahan certainly limping, and that calf muscle, how he played through that, and my word is that he certainly hasn't even trained for the last 2 weeks because of the calf. But what another servant from Portlaoise again comes off giving it all. That's what they do, give it all and then make way. Garrett Dillon will be called upon now to do it even more as David Seal takes a sharp ball and works his way out, plays it outside to Raggett, plays forward. Garrett Dillon gets on the ball for the first time. No ill effects on there as Cormac O'Hora tried to stay with him, but he didn't, as Mikey Dowling now picks his side, steps the players, goes back, he goes to Sealer. David Seal switches play over the far side, and Kevin Swain now picks it up and crosses his own 65-metre line, stepping forward. They're only a point to the good Portlaoise ahead, but it's still a point to their ahead of that. Maybe many wouldn't suspect as Barry Kelly goes back and disrupts them. Just as I said, and great work from Barry Kelly again, out to Cormac O'Hora. O'Hora back to Kelly, who gets the return back to Lennon. Great side step from Stephen Lennon, impressive player here, both him and Jack is for sure, and the ball comes out now to Ben Cohn. Cohn stepping forward over the halfway line again, looking to see where the options are, plays inside to Owen Finley. Finley to work hard for it, get away from McGovern. He does back inside to Duggan, and back it comes to Owen Finley. Finley plays it back again to Fionn Holland. Holland has to start all over again. Pass across that Barry Kelly picks up on. He moves forward, tries to get around Kevin Swain. He just split a while ago. Owen Finley picks up and gets around McGovern. The ball hops away from him. It was an attempted hop, but it didn't, and the ball certainly broke as Portlaoise now wing in, break up, and Ben Dempsey breaks out, and now Damon Larkin has it. He steps forward, that crossfield ball again inside. Who's on the end? Only Benny Carroll. He gets there right ahead of Wolf Fitzpatrick, steps over the far side, crosses the 45, moves in, decides to have a shot himself with the right boot, has a shot himself from distance, and what an accurate shot from Benny Carroll. Superb score from Benny Carroll, and that came again from another turnover, and this is where probably O'Dempsey's will rue these chances as Micheál Finley comes into the fray for O'Dempsey's.
Yeah, absolutely, Pat. You know, O'Dempsey's need to be. It just got away from Owen Finlay there, and he got back possession, and he just tried to give it off to Mark Barry, but it was a turnover ball, and Portlaoise effectively come down the field and put it over the bar to put them 2 points back up.
Yeah, so Micheál Finlay, who was picked to start, did the start, comes in. No mean player for sure, that's for certain, and making the way off is I think it's Barry Howland. It is Barry Howland. Yeah, he makes way off and he goes off the field there, and resumes his position in the South bench. The ball comes out there from Podge Bannon. That's fallen straight to Portlaoise man. Portlaoise, and now Ricky Marr has it on there. 45 tries to tip in. Johnny Kelly waiting from doing toe tapping. Ricky doing good work back into the middle. That's a dangerous ball though. He got a touch to it as Colin McRae came into it there, a touch on it there, a high tackle, said the referee on Owen Fitzpatrick. Again, a little bit sloppy from Portlaoise, but they nearly got it again, Paddy.
Nearly got it again, Pat, yeah. Nearly got it again.
Ben Cohn puts the ball up along the line there, working for it. Nicholas Doggett has to go in there, got ahead of Mikey Dowling, plays along the line. Now they're coming out to David Seal, got a touch on it, but it's conceded a sideline. It's going to be sideline to Dempsey's out just on the 45-metre line. Ben Cohn takes it quickly, moves it back and comes back to Fionn Holland. Holland has Stephen Lennon outside him, and Lennon plays it out the far side to Jack. Jack plays it outside to Johnny Kelly. Johnny Kelly going to have a shot at this, going to have an attempt to the point. He has a shot at it, has the distance, but has not the accuracy. Goes out to the left and wide again. A wasted chance, Paddy. Maybe a bit more patience, Paddy, would call for that occasion.
Absolutely, Pat. A little bit more patience, you know. And that's what they've been doing all evening, Pat, is being patient. You know, they haven't been taking much risks with shots like that. You know, they're putting them over the bar when they're sure they're going to get over the bar. So it's just a little bit maybe of I don't know, maybe weariness creeping into O'Dempsey's game.
Dan Punch has come in for the Dempsey team, again picked number 15. Didn't start. He comes on, and I think it looks like Tom Kelly is making way for him, I would think. But Dan Punch is in. A good player, busy the last day for sure. The ball comes out from Conor Brown. Great catch there, million by Colin McAvoy. Good work from him. That's a misplaced pass that's gone back there again, though. But Barry Kelly gets onto it as O'Dempsey's come on and capitalise on that. In goes Dahi holding in the high ball inside our break to Finlay. Now Owen Finlay has it. He steps on the right, has a shot with a quick snap shot. And Owen Finlay, after us praising Paddy, that just skewed off his boot out to the right and wide. Yeah. A bad miss, certainly from Dempsey's point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when they turned over the ball, Pat, and they really need to be getting them scores. If Portlaoise are gifting them, they need to be putting them over the bar.
Conor Brown with the kick out again. Garrett Dillon Whitford. But so too Johnny Kelly came through him and got a punch on the ball, conceded the sideline. Taken quickly by Portlaoise, back into Ben Redden. Redden plays it back to Chris Finn. Finn looking up to see where the options are. None there. He goes with the ball, kicks away, and Kieran McAvoy gets on to the end of it. Sidestep his man, switch to play over the far side to Kevin Swain. He's been kind of out there for a lot of the match, waiting there patiently, waiting free for it. He steps inside, plays the ball back into the middle to Damon Larkin. Damon on to Garrett Dillon. Garrett had to go around Dizzy Cooney as well to get that ball, but he got it and continued to play. Garrett showing no ill effects certainly at the moment as he plays ball back to Kieran McAvoy, and Portlaoise hold a 2-point lead for 47 minutes gone. There's 17 gone in this second half as Conor Raggett plays the ball back to David Seal. They're playing around with it here and inviting O'Dempsey's maybe onto him, but they're not coming out far enough yet. O'Dempsey's as Mikey Dowling plays it over the far side, and Ben Redden gets on the end of it on no one coming to him as he plays the ball forward as Portlaoise now trying and garner a score or maintain possession, but Chris Finn will have it back into middle to the on-running Mikey Dowling with the hand up. First time ball aside to Damon Larkin, who found himself aside. Damon got that ball off his knees. Back it comes to Benny Carroll. Carroll back to McAvoy. Now Benny Carroll has it again, and Portlaoise maintain possession, hold it back to Damon. 2-3 players steps by inside him. Inside he goes. McAvoy goes to the ground, up ball on the ground, got his shoulder there. No freeze to the referee. Certainly was down low when he met that shoulder, and you can see O'Dempsey's, the Hatch is out, the Hatch is warming up, and Hatch may make an appearance. He's been missing all year. What a super player the Hatch Finley could be if he's fit at all. As Mark Barry plays the ball forward to Johnny Kelly. He steps in over the 45-metre line, plays outside there. Lennon just about got it. Jack Lennon went back over his back. He goes onto it. He holds possession, kicks it into the corner, and on running there is newly in Micheál Finlay. Micheál, back it comes, looking, sidestepping, trying to get around Aidan McGovern. Fouled, says the referee. Looks like he was holding his arm, I think, but Micheál, the cuteness of Micheál has won him a free there, and Aidan McGovern has conceded a free just on the 20-metre line out there as O'Dempsey's want to bring it back. It's 11 points for Portlaoise, 9 points for O'Dempsey's. 48 and a half minutes gone. 18 and a half minutes gone. Plenty as the Hatch receives a bit of paper, and the Hatch Finlay is making the entrance very soon for O'Dempsey's. Great to see him back. Lovely fella. Captain last year. Great bit of stuff in fairness. Was out injured for most this year as Mark Barry goes on, and Mark Barry kicks the ball and has added a point to O'Dempsey's tally. Good score from him and brings it back to within a point. 11 points for Portlaoise, 10 points for O'Dempsey's. The Hatch is coming on, and who is he coming on for? We're going to see now who's making way shortly. He's given the instruction there. We see as is that Dahi Howland, I think they might be making way from it is. Yeah. So the Hatch Finlay is in. Is it a gamble by own Cairns or not? But hopefully it might pay off from the be hoping as the ball breaks outside her. Now Nicholas Doggett has no Dempsey's have the bit between the teeth. Barry Kelly stepping forward, plays the ball along to Owen. Back it comes to Doggett. Doggett with the shot with the left boot. Is that going to go over? It does. It sails over, and they're back level again. Now they're back level. They're going to apply the pressure. Dempsey's it's time now for Portlaoise to kind of settle down, get control of that ball. Paul Callahan going off Paddy probably has just taken out the orchestrator.
Yeah, he's taken out that conductor. Link. Yeah, absolutely. He's taken out that link for Portlaoise, and they're struggling to get on the ball here. Even the breaking balls from kickouts.
The ball goes in the middle. Damon Larkin is fouled by Fiona Holland, says Desi Cooney. A soft one, as they say in some terms.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Ben Redden now has the ball, being told to go back by Desi Cooney to take the free. 11 points all. 50 minutes gone. That's 10 minutes in the second half gone as David Seal picks up the ball here now for Portlaoise. Plays the forward, Garrett Dillon on it. Moves it back in. Talking about where he's going to go. Looking to see his Dempsey's been swarm onto him. Ben Redden gets it, trying to make space, gets away from Ben Cohn, plays it back to David Seal. Seal goes across the field looking for the link man. The link man's coming. That's a dangerous ball. It does come to Aidan McGovern eventually. He plays it into Damon Larkin. Back it comes to McGovern. McGovern looking to see where the help is coming to side heavy kick. That was not the right decision for sure. And now Dempsey's capitalized. Now Mark Barry has it. Barry takes it on the 45-metre line, steps forward. They're moving quick now. Dempsey's back it comes, inside it comes to Johnny. The ball comes off his hand. He tricks it across to Mark Barry. Barry tried to give the ball back to me. He wasn't able to. Portlaoise to send him. Barry steps his left. Dempsey's get into the lead there and get out their lead and get that point up. The gander's up for Dempsey's, Paddy.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant turnover down here back on the 40 and worked it all the way up, and a great little soccer flick from Johnny Kelly into Mark Barry. And you know, Mark Barry's after getting the last 2 scores now, so he's coming into it when
on the team. They're struggling, Portlaoise, to try and get a grip of the ball and a grip of the game, as Dempsey's come with the gander up for sure. They're struck away from being over. There's still 8 minutes left of ordinary time plus whatever injury time be added on, as Owen Finley goes and gets the ball ahead of David Seal, who's working hard. Through Finn though plays a shot. In comes to the Hatch. Can the Hatch get the ball away? That would be a great score for him. Portlaoise survived that one, but there was certainly danger written over that one.
Very lucky to get away with that there, Pat. You see Kieran Lillis.
For score in the first half. Can he do the same again? Tries to shake off his man, goes to ground. No freezes. Desi Coney. Certainly Portlaoise wouldn't be happy with that one. They're going to bring it in, and Kieran Lillis is long. Sure, and Desi Coney has that he knows what's going on. He's seen it obviously, and it's going to be free down to Dempsey's. Kieran Lillis is going to be played to the pain of it, Paddy, and that's what a warrior like him will do.
Yeah,
but they do need him, and they need.
Yeah, and as you said, that since Paul Callahan's gone off, they've lost that link between the full forward and the half back line, which hasn't been.
So then a hard ball, and in Kieran Lillis went in first and made it, announced that he was here, and Damon Larkin. I'm sure he goes to ground again, picks up plenty of time for him to get back up and look for his support. The support comes through Benny. Benny, is he going to go for a shot? He is going to go for a shot from Podge Vanlin has gone short through Johnny Kelly out the far side. No let up here. End-to-end stuff here. It's a real dogged quarter-final. Lee Shop is plays the ball out to his right, into the hands of Owen Fitzpatrick. Owen Fitzpatrick brings back to Cormac O'Hora. O'Dempsey set up again, down to the middle they come. The Hatch is on it now, the Hatch Finn. Through whatever he's playing through, but certainly what a warrior. And as they keep going forward, O'Dempsey's the force to go over the top there as the and that's put them ahead in front. This is a thing. What a battle!
And he was the one that started it all down below as well. The crossfield ball to Mikey Dowling. That's what got him up, and he ended up on the end of it as well. Super score.
Ben Cohen has again. Back it comes to Stephen Lennon. Lennon steps back into the middle, plays the ball on to the Ben Cohen, who stayed running. Be traced by Chris Flynn. Chris Finn working ball. Tipped over the side there. No one was going to get that, but Conor Brown came out. It wasn't a show to Mark Barry's in there. Barry on the ground hasn't fouled him. Mark Barry, Desi Coney has yet to signal where the free is gone. We're not sure what's happening here, but Conor Brown came out, it just slipped out of his hands, and he's we're going to see what he's doing. Is it going to be a free in for O'Dempsey's?
Free in, yeah, ball off the ground, he's saying.
He says someone threw the ball, but and it's a free in that Hatch Finney is going to take, and it's going to bring him back level, and it's as the Hatch steps up just 20 metres out. 58.5 minutes gone this game. Plenty of time yet for a winner to be accrued by anyone as Hatch pops his ball over the bar, and it's now 13 points for Portlaoise, 13 points for O'Dempsey's. One hell of an end going to come up for this game, that's for sure. Who's going to win this? Who's going to go and end up in the semi-final, and whose season is going to end as it goes out? Lillis goes up for it, gets it again, drops it, comes down to Seal. Ben Redden, I think, is in there. Portlaoise win their free, and they're going to take it quick now. They're going to steady the ship. Kevin Swain is on it. He goes back with the ball. Back he comes to Chris Finn. Finn steps on, hasn't put a foot wrong all night in fairness, and now Ben Redden has it. He steps on. Garrett Dillon takes it off him. Dillon switches play back into the middle. Now Ben Dempsey's on it again. Great work from him. Moves forward. David Seal has it. He steps by Owen Finley. Seal. Swain was coming at a huge pace. Didn't get it off Sealer though. He popped outside waiting for Ben Redden. David Seal continued. Now Redden has it on the right boot. David Redden goes inside. Back to Swain. Swain turns with the left boot. And Swain puts it over the bar. Super score from Portlaoise there.
Score for Portlaoise.
Super score. Well worked again there.
Yeah, absolutely. Being patient as well, Pat. They didn't panic. You know, 2 or 3 of them could have shot, but they waited for the best man, which is Kevin Swain on the left. Great score.
O'Dempsey's beginning all again. They have to get back on level scores, and they have to start all that over again through Fionn Holland. Holland plays back to Hora out to Cohen, and Cohen switches play over the far side, taken up by Nicholas Doggett. 2 minutes of additional time will be added on. We're just coming up to 5 seconds, so 2 minutes for O'Dempsey to get a draw, 2 minutes for maybe Portlaoise to hold out. Certainly it might be against the books, against the bookies odds for sure at Portlaoise, but certainly they're moving forward with O'Dempsey's now. Ben Cohen take the ball to Barry Kelly back inside to Fionn Holland trying to engineer a free as Hatch Finley now steps back out. Back it comes to Owen Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick out to Cormac O'Hora. Portlaoise, everyone from Portlaoise is back there. They're all back there with big defensively, big win for them, obviously, to get back there into that semi-final mode. But they have been made work hard, and of course, the Dempsey's weren't in the county final last year by a fluke, that's for sure. As Cormac O'Hora steps forward with the ball now, Barry Kelly hovering outside for it, waiting inside there. Of the Portlaoise. Back it comes to the middle to Fionn Holland. Holland switches play over the far side, unmarked, inside Ben Cohn. We're trying to get a chance to get a shot away, doesn't get it. Instead he pops it back to Stephen Lennon. Would he take on a shot? No, it's coming. Damon Larkin applies pressure so to Garrett Dillon, and Dillon gets in on the touch, and can Garrett Dillon win the race? He can't. He goes in and draws a free. It's the right place. There's ever a right place to foul, Paddy. That's it.
Yeah. He was hard luck. It was a great turnover by Garrett Dillon. He was unlucky not to get
Barry Kelly's on the end of the ball. Ricky Marr goes back to try and stop him. The ball hops. They nearly got in each other's way. They did, and Desi Coney has signalled a free in for a high tackle on one of the O'Dempsey's players, and that certainly will be welcome, certainly by the O'Dempsey's, as Barry Kelly gets back up onto the ground there. But Hatch Finley has the task of bringing this game back to level again, and it looks like we could be heading for extra time if he pops this one over.
Yeah, absolutely.
So pressure on Hatch. He puts the ball down on the ground, dead ball line, standing in front of him, or two Portlaoise, hands in the air. This would certainly be maybe the last effort. We don't know. He goes, strikes with the right, looks to be heading all the way. It is, comes off the post and breaks the Portlaoise and falls outside there. Who can get it? It comes outside. Now Benny Carroll is on it. He drops it out of his hand. It's danger not averted yet. Portlaoise have to work hard to get it. They're a point ahead. They're still a point ahead. Can they run out the clock here? As Ben Redden comes back, overcome. Now Redden has it. Now Portlaoise need to hold on to it. Kevin Swain plays forward. Has he given the ball away? Damon Larkin has to work on it. Has to get it back, and Dempsey's have it again. Bit of a mistake there as Lennon takes it up. Jack Lennon, will they get one more chance? They will. Barry Kelly moves it forward. Now Mark Barry, can he get the draw for him? He steps outside. Great tackle by McGovern. Great work from him. Back the ball comes. Is he going to blow the whistle? He has indeed. He's blown the whistle, and Portlaoise have won by 1 point. And what a battle from Portlaoise.